welcome to another video. In today's lesson we are going to learn how to make a granny stitch poncho. This will be a series of videos and there are 5 different sizes: toddler, child, small to medium, large and extra large. There will be a free written pattern for this video and I will put the link in the description box so that you can find it on my website. We will be using Red Heart Super Saver yarn in the colour Grey Heather. If you've watched many of my videos, you may have seen the granny stitch poncho before. This was one of my very first tutorials and it is very old. Actually, it's about 4 years old. So I wanted to revisit the poncho and make a better tutorial for you guys, and explains the sizing a bit better than what I did in the original. So I hope you enjoy the new version of the granny stitch poncho. For our supplies, we will need a yarn needle with a large eye, a pair of scissors. These will be available for our supplies. We will need a yarn needle with a large eye, a pair of scissors. These scissors are available on my website, so I'll put a link below so you can go and check them out. A crochet hook to go with your yarn. I'm using worsted weight, so I'm using a 5.5mm. It's also equivalent to an eye size hook. If you're using 8-ply, double knit or sports weight, I would suggest a 4mm crochet hook to go with your yarn. And this is my worsted weight yarn. You will also need the written pattern, which is available on my website. I'll put the link below so that you can go and grab your copy. It is an easy pattern, so it is great for beginners. What we need to do is grabbing our yarn and our crochet hook. We're going to make a slip knot. Ooh, that's blurry. I'm going to make a slip knot. Plenty of different ways to do that, so just do yours how you're comfortable. And we're going to chain 88. So I'm not going to film 88 chains, but I'll just show you how to do that. So keep going until we have 88 chains. Once we have 88 chains, we're going to lay our chain flat and making sure it's not twisted, we're going to join. We're going to put a crochet hook into that first chain and we're going to join with a slip stitch. We're going to chain up 3, and into the same stitch we're going to work 2 more double crochets. Well, I should say 2 double crochets because we haven't done one yet. Chain 1. We're going to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, into the next one. We're going to work 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3 chains into the next one, 3 double crochets, chain 1. We're going to repeat this across until we have 10 groups of 3 double crochet, and this group of 3 double crochet is going to be called a shell. So you're going to continue across until we have 10 shells, and then I'll show you the next step. So it's skipping 3, 1, 2, 3, and then into the next one, working 3 double crochets and a chain 1, and then continue across until you have 10 shells. After we have our 10 lots of shells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just to make sure, we are going to do a corner. And there's 2 corners in the project, both exactly the same. And because this project is the same to look at front and back, there's really no front and back. So until we add our tie, and then you'll know where the front and the back is. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip 3 again into the next one. We're going to work 3 double crochets. Chain 2. Into the same space, we're going to work 3 double crochets. So in that same space we have 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Now we're going to work across the other side. So we've got our chain 1 there, we're going to skip. Just be careful you don't ignore one of the chains because it kind of shrinks up a little bit there. So 1, 2, 3, into the next one, we're going to work 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3 into the next one, 3 double crochets, and chain 1. So again we're going to repeat across until we have, not including the corner, so starting on this one, until we've got 10 lots of shells. After we have our 10 shells along the side, we're going to skip 3 into the next stitch. We're going to work 3 double crochets. So this is the other corner. Chain 2, into the same space, 3 double crochets. Chain 1. And now we're going to join our round, but what we want to do is just make sure, God, why does that keep going blurry? Focus, focus, camera. We're going to just lay it flat, making sure that it's not twisted, because it is easy to get it twisted when you're crocheting along, until it's joined. So what we're going to do is join into the top of the chain 3 from the beginning. Now you may notice that sometimes I grab this front loop here and then grab that back loop. That's normally how I join a slip stitch, but sometimes, depending on my mood, I will go in here, in between the V, and grab the back 2 loops. I do prefer when I can grab the front and the back loop. But if you see me do it the other way, it's, like I said, depending on the day. What we're going to do is slip stitch across to the chain 1 space. So into the next 2 double crochets, slip stitch, and into the chain 1 space we're going to work a slip stitch as well. Now this round and the following rounds are all exactly the same. We all join at the end, we slip stitch across 3, and we chain up 3 and work 2 double crochets into the same chain 1 space. chain 1 into the next chain 1 space, work 3 double crochets, chain 1, and into every chain 1 space across we're going to work the same thing, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and when you get to the corner I'll show you what to do. So pause the video and I'll meet you at the corner. So this is our first corner. When we get to there we're going to work 3 double crochets, chain 2. I like to grab hold of this and move it over into the same space, work 3 double crochets, chain 1, there we go, and again across on the straight section we're going to work, so I've done my chain 1, we're going to work 3 double crochets, chain 1, my yarn's getting stuck, we're going to repeat this across, working 3 double crochets, chain 1 until we get to the next corner. So pause the video and again I'll meet you when we get to the next corner. And when we get to the next corner, you probably already know what to do, but I'm going to show you anyway. So it's 3 double crochets, chain 2, I like to shift that over again, 3 double crochets into the same space, chain 1, and we're almost at the end, so we're going to go into here, chain 1, and again join to the top of that beginning chain 3 with a slip stitch, and then repeat the last round, slip stitching across to the chain 1 space, chain up 3, 2 double crochets, and then chain 1, and then working 3 double crochets into every space around till you get to your corner, and then it's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So then eventually you will have enough rounds to make your poncho. Now with this one, I'm just going to check my pattern, I will be working it until it is around about 14 inches long, but this is really easy to adjust, it's just the amount of rounds that you use. So of course make it as long as you like. And then in a moment I will be able to show you how many rounds I've done, and then it'll be on to the next section. So I have my poncho complete with the amount of rounds I want. I did 26 rounds altogether, but like I said, you can easily adjust the amount of rounds that you make. So once we have all this done, we can start on the neck section. So to start our neckline, we're going to grab our yarn. This isn't attached to the project at all, it's attached to the ball. And we can join our yarn into one of the spaces here with the chain 3. There's 3 chains that we skipped in the beginning, or you can join the yarn into where your shell is worked, so it's up to you. We're going to be working 3 stitches into the chain 3, and then we're going to be working 1 stitch into the chain that has the 3 double crochets in it. I'm going to use a single crochet. Like I said, you could use the double crochet as well, or a half double crochet, completely up to you. what we want to do is go into the space. No matter what stitch you're doing, you're going to work 3 of them. Into the space that has the shell going into it, we're going to work 1 stitch. Over here, we're going to work 3. Into the space that has the shell in there, we're going to work 1 stitch. Into the space that has the 1, we're going to work 3. One and 3. So repeat this all the way around until we get back to the beginning of the round. When we get around, we're going to work a slip stitch into the first single crochet, or whatever stitch that you did. It'll be the top of that one. And we can work another round if we like. So to do that, you'll do 1 chain. If you're doing half double crochet, do 2. If you're doing double crochet, do 3. Going to work another round of stitches. And continue around until we get back to the beginning. Once we have made the edging, it's time to make our tie up. So grabbing your yarn, I think this would work better with 2 strands of yarn. I have to go and get another strand of yarn. And this pink is Pretty in Pink. It's that fluoro one. I really like it. So I'm going to put that together. I think that'll look cute. Otherwise, the whole thing's the same colour. Put a bit of a different colour in there for it. What we're going to do is make our chain. Now, depending on what size poncho you're making, it's going to be different for all sizes, but basically we're going to make a chain, and then we're going to see when we put it in through the neck if it's long enough. So keep going. Oh, and I'm still using the same size crochet hook as well than what we did for the poncho. Keep going, and I will meet up with you when I have a bit of a longer chain. So I've made my chain. It's probably 60 centimeters or 24 inches long. It is still attached to the yarn, like the ball of yarn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread it through the last, well actually it's the first row of shells, and I'm just going in between like the holes that are created with the stitches. So I'm going to do that all the way around. When we get back to the beginning, if it's not going to come out in the same direction, because I want it to be coming out here but it's not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that back out, and I'm going to go back to where the back corner is, and I'm going to skip that one. Then I'm going to come back down. With a bit of luck, it comes out in the right spot. There we go. That's heaps better. See, and at the back, it doesn't even actually look like you've skipped it. So that's handy. Now, I want this long enough so I can tie it in a bow. So I want it a little bit longer than that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep chaining until we get the length that we desire. Once you have the length that you desire, cut off your yarn. Make sure your ends are tight. And you can trim that off so they're both the same length. But if you're going to add pom-poms, I'm going to show you how to do that next. I have my pom-pom made, but I haven't fluffed it out yet. And I've still got the strands they use to tie up the pom-pom. So what I want to do is get the strand that ties up the pom-pom. You could use a crochet hook for this, but I'm going to use a needle. And you're going to stitch it to the bottom of the chain. And then put it right down into the center. And then tie your strands of yarn. Now I don't know which one it is, so I'm going to tie them all. Won't matter because we can chop them off and they will blend into the pom-pom. You can do that as many times as you want. I've done that twice, that should be enough. And now, when you fluff your pom-pom, it'll all disappear in there. And then, grabbing your scissors, and trim that. I need to trim it a bit more, but what will happen when we fluff it up? So cute. Disappears and it's all into the center. Fluff that out. There we go. I need to do a bit of trimming on mine, but so you're going to make 2 pom-poms and you're going to do that exactly the same. Needs a bit of a trim to both ends of your chain if you're adding your pom-poms on there. I hope you enjoyed this project. Please share your creations on our Facebook page. We'd love to see the colour combinations that you will use. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy crochet!